Let's talk about how to make money online, why the people that are telling you you can do it overnight are lying to you, what the truth is about the online coaching industry, and why you need to run the next time someone tries to tell you they have the secret to unlocking your next six figures. If you're someone who has hired a coach that was going to teach you how to get rich or has considered hiring a coach who's going to teach you how to get rich, you need to watch this video. What's up, friends? My name's Danielle, and I teach people on the internet how to start and grow a small business. And you might be thinking, well, Danielle, doesn't that mean you're doing the exact same thing that you're calling out in this video? No, it does not, and here's why. I am never going to guarantee you results. I'm never going to sell you on a dream scenario, and I'm never going to lie to you just to secure a sale. So here's the thing. I posted a YouTube short earlier this week explaining my 3 favorite ways to earn passive income, being ebooks, online courses, and memberships. And I ended up receiving this comment. This is total rubbish. The majority of people will never be able to have a passive income unless they've built a following on social media that's big enough and can bring traction. Now, how many can do that? Barely anyone. So this does not benefit most people. Very misleading and outdated advice. Now, keep in mind, in that video, I was simply just explaining my 3 favorite types of passive income. I never explained fully how to do it, and I never made any claims saying that if you sold those things, you would get rich doing so. And I don't think that this commenter is wrong either. You absolutely can only make money online if you have an engaged audience. Now, it doesn't have to be a massive audience, but it definitely has to be engaged. And with that engaged audience, there has to be enough traction and enough desire about what it is you're trying to sell them. But I will die on this hill that I'm saying it is not outdated advice. There is an opportunity to make money online as passive income in 2022 and into 2023 and far beyond that, I'm sure. So I'm not bringing this up to drag that commenter, nor am I making this video to defend myself. I'm bringing this up because this particular comment brings to surface a very important note about the online coaching industry that not a lot of people are talking about, which is exactly why I want to talk about it today. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So let's start the video today by talking about the spectrum of deceit. And I take no credit for this idea. I actually took it from a video about Instagram coaches by Steckly, which I will link in the description of this video. Essentially, she shares the idea of this imaginary spectrum of online coaches. On one end, you have the small business owner that built a business and just genuinely wants to teach other people what they learned in the process of building their business. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have the legitimate online con artists that are just trying to steal all your money and teach you absolutely nothing. If you landed on this video, you probably have some sort of familiarity with the online coaching industry. I'm sure by now we've all seen the Instagram ads, follow my system and learn how to make 6 figures. Do this and get rich while you sleep. Follow my steps to generate thousands of leads overnight, and so on and so on and so on. Listen, I'm all for people taking legitimate experience they have, packaging it into an offer, and giving it to people as a way that they can learn from your experience to improve their life or improve their business, provided that you are offering them something of actual value. What I'm not okay with, and again, this is just my opinion, is seeing people market the idea or the concept of something and just being really good at the marketing and the sales, which makes people want to buy, but not actually having legitimate business experience. In fact, I can think of a handful of these large online coaches that have hit multiple 6 or 7 figures, coaching other coaches how to start their own coaching business, but never having actually owned a legitimate business outside of their coaching business. And in those cases, I'm genuinely curious to know, what is the business here? Because to me, it sounds a lot like a pyramid scheme. I've shared this personal story before, but back in 2018, I quit my full-time government job to get a part-time job as a waitress and launch my private yoga studio. At that time, I hired an online coach for $4,500 who 2 years prior to me had also quit her full-time corporate job to get a part-time job as a waitress and launch her coaching business. She looked super successful on the internet. She sold me on this idea that we were both on the same trajectory. She was really good at selling that dream to me. And she sold me on the idea that I too could have this dream life if I just believed enough in it. Needless to say, I ended up building my yoga business primarily using Google and my own intelligence. And I essentially paid her $45 to tell me to write in my journal about what I would do if I had the things that I wanted. It was a bunch of fluff packaged into a product that never really delivered. Not to mention, she never got back to me in a timely manner and just really didn't run her business very efficiently, but that's a story for another day. I digress. Let's chat about the top 3 red flags that you should watch out for so that you can avoid being scammed by one of these online coaches like I was 4 years ago. Red flag number 1 is that they are selling something that seems too good to be true. If someone is trying to tell you that they got rich doing XYZ and that you can too, if you also do XYZ, you need to get out of that situation. Because honestly, in the case of most businesses, nothing is truly duplicatable. I can't build a business following steps A, B, and C and then tell you to open the same business also following steps A, B, C and expect you to get the exact same results. It's not possible. Markets change over time, businesses change over time, we probably have different audiences. It just doesn't make any sense. And so if someone is promising or guaranteeing you that you're going to make X amount of money or you're going to achieve results A, B, and C, it's probably not likely. And so if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, red flag number 2 complements number 1, and it's that they are promising you a very specific outcome. If someone online promises you the opportunity to build a 6-figure business or to make 5 figures a month, you need to run. Sure, as a coach, you should have an idea of certain outcomes that you help your clients achieve. For example, I will help someone with a business idea actually create a business. The problem is when these coaches guarantee very super hyper specific results. Because here's what I've seen time and time again. A coach will promise a client that they'll teach them how to make 6 figures. Said client does not make 6 figures. Instead of that coach saying, hey, yeah, maybe the system that I use to hit 6 figures isn't duplicatable for everyone, they say things like, you didn't work hard enough. You didn't apply my systems correctly. It's your fault you didn't get those outcomes. Instead of just genuinely understanding that it's literally impossible to predict the market and guarantee the same results for every person. Ugh! One coach's system isn't going to be applicable to every person's business. There is no duplicate me and you will get rich strategy. Every person is different, every business is different. So the strategies that work well for one might not work for others, and that is just a fact. Finally, red flag number 3 is that they promise quick results. Much like that initial comment that I shared from my video suggested, making money online or in any business requires a lot of time and a lot of effort. And sure, these online coaches might try and lure you in by showing you how they made their millions, but the truth is most of them didn't do it overnight. What many of these coaches tend to ignore or brush over is the fact that they built their massive audiences over several years. Or they tend to leave out the point that they tried multiple different offers and avenues before they found the one that actually worked for them. I know I've said it already, but I'll say it again just to drive this point home. There is no get rich quick answer. Man, I wish there was. Believe me when I say that building a successful business takes so much time. Just stop letting someone else convince you otherwise, okay? Okay, so let's actually talk about it, because by now you might be thinking, okay, Danielle, I get it. The people on the internet are lying to me, but how can I make money online? Honestly, I have a ton of videos of this on my channel and on my TikTok, but you can start right here with this one if you're interested in learning more. Essentially, there is a simple format in terms of the theory behind making money online, but just because I said the format is simple doesn't mean that it's easy. In summary, if you want to make money online, you need to accept the fact that it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of iteration. So very first of all, you need to understand your niche and your area of expertise. If you need help with that, I also have a video about that right here. What do you do? What do you know? What could you teach other people? And what problem are you trying to solve? Make sure that whatever it is you're offering is actually wanted and needed by the people that are facing that problem. In fact, I could do a whole video on product market fit, but I think the most important takeaway is that we set our ego aside and we understand that if the market doesn't want what we're selling, that's okay. It's an opportunity for us to reflect correct, to iterate, and to pivot in a new direction. Once you've figured this out though, you can show up and start creating value-focused content. This means showing up and offering your solution for free to the public in order to build authority and become a reputable source of information in that niche. I've been doing some form of this on the internet over the course of the past 5 years, and of course my business has changed a lot in that time, but I also know many of other people who have also done this on the internet and learned how to make money, but it takes a lot of work. And it also takes a clear understanding that people don't give a shit about what you're selling. They care about their own problems, and that's why it's so important to understand what your solution is and then to show up and offer it to them. Once you start offering that solution, you start to grow an audience, you gain trust, and over time you build it to a place where you might have the opportunity to sell them something. That's when you have the opportunity to start making money. You don't just show up and say, hey, I made this thing and now people are flocking to buy it, which is what a lot of the online coaches will lead you to believe is going to happen. You show up, you put in the work, you offer that value over and over and over again. You tweak your offer as you start to see what is and what isn't working. And then with time, eventually you start to build something that sticks. It takes work, it takes patience, it takes iteration. But it also doesn't have to cost you thousands of dollars investing in someone else's expertise to help you get there. If this video was of value to you, be sure to give it a like. Feel free to share your business coaching horror stories in the comments. I would love to read them. And let me know if you want me to turn this into a series or do more expose style content on this topic. Trust me, I have a lot to say. Be careful out there, friends. The internet is a scary place. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I put out new videos every Friday. Find me over on TikTok and Instagram for daily small business tips. And if you made it this far in the video, you're the real MVP. I'll see you in my next one.